what strategies would you give a young pitcher to use when they don't have many pitches yet? And I think you dabbled into it right there, but like, what would you say to that type of pitcher? Like, go with that pitch, that punch out pitch that you want to get really good at and get really good at that and then move on? Or how would you go about that?
I would say, like, depending on the age group, like, you have to remember when I got like my go-to or like my punch out pitch, the like game changer of a pitch for me, I was in high school. Like I was like 15 years old at that time. Like I started pitching when I was like 12, a little bit like later in years than most people start nowadays. But I was already had been pitching for a little bit of time. I think it's super important for people to focus on like their form and getting their mechanics down. You can do a lot with the fastball. Yeah. You can do a lot with a located fastball. And I always say, like, I love that like young kids are learning to throw like, curve, screw, drop, rise, change, off speed, this, all these off speed, curve, drop, like all these different pitches. But I will say that I believe that it is easier to learn great pitches like a go-to rise ball if your mechanics and form are good. Like if you're able to spot a fastball, then you work your way up the ladder. You go to a screwball or a curveball, and then eventually maybe you go to like a drop or a rise ball. Usually like a pitcher favors one, and then you develop the change. But you can do a lot with a located fastball. And if your mechanics and form are correct, and you can hit the spots and things like that, and if you start developing speed with that, then it's going to be so much easier for you to go ahead and develop like a dominant pitch, a pitch that can like change the game for you, a pitch that can take you to another level, that can open doors and create opportunities for you at an older age. Like I think my growth period with the rise ball, when I first started, like how to develop it, and I was able to start throwing it in games pretty quickly because my form and my mechanics were so sound at a young age. So I think that part is really important, and you don't have to rush. Like you don't have to rush to develop, a Monica Abbott rise ball or a Cat Osterman drop ball or, an alley Carta changeup. You don't have to rush to develop those like go-to strikeout pitches. You can do a lot with a great form, locating, and then maybe a changeup or a mix of speed. I think that is like the key at a young age. And then as you get older, develop those other go-to amazing pitches to take you to wherever you want to go within this sport. Opportunities are endless. It's there if you want it. And once you get a little bit older and your mechanics are under your belt, then start developing those.